Well, morning guys. We've hit that time of year now. All my tomatoes are out. And I'm excited now because I've got staging in at the right height for me. I can still cause chaos in a wheelchair, but yes, I have run a plant or two over. One of them was me mango seedling, now gone. But I've got my staging in, it's a nice height, I can reach, and my test was to be able to reach with a watering can in my hands. Instead of being right at the height, I can now, I'm lower down and I can handle it. Albeit half a watering can full of water. Now, it's been a strange sort of year. I've actually failed on a number of things. This is probably the worst year for me in over 50 years of gardening. But I'm not fazed by it because it's got to happen sometime or other to somebody. Just this year it's happened to me. Potatoes are a disaster. I'll try and find the footage. Beetroot. There's something about a seed. I mean, I can't always blame the compost. I know I start off with rubbish compost, but I also ended up using what I consider brilliant compost from Asda, seed compost, and still got the same results. A good example is calendula. Begin the year, I try to get myself a few plants. I think I maybe about 4 dozen seeds I sowed. The first time, I've got 1 plant. The second time was decent compost, maybe 2 plants, 2 seeds germinated. But recently, the plants I did have, I put out the front of the house. Because the little area that I can't get on with my wheels, I get bogged down. I thought I'll let everything throw its seed and regrow itself. I kept a few seed from calendula and I got a good germination rate. I put some in 2 days ago. Excuse me. I put them in 2 days ago. They're germinating already. What's going on? Like I said earlier, with the night getting cooler, I brought bananas in. They're in the polytunnel. Now, I've seen the lengths some people go to try and preserve them over the winter with no guarantees. Once again, I might fleece them. It's about the most I'll do, and see which one survives, if any, over the winter. Right, my peppers. I have had them outside all summer, and it's the best year I've ever had for peppers actually. But now the nights are getting cooler, I thought I'll bring them in. Give them the last 2 months on the staging. None's turned red yet, but I'm not waiting for them to turn red. If I'm ready to use them, they're getting used. And ignore the tools on the bench. Yes, I've been busy making staging. But I don't know if I'm going to be picked out or not. I've even got chilies. I don't eat them. I grew them as a challenge for myself. My daughter does know a couple of Jamaican ladies she works with. They've been taking advantage of them. Better than me. I won't eat anything hot. But I don't know if I can make out. It's still flowering. Not that I expect any fruits now. But I'm going to try and save the plants if I can. But I'm not going to the trouble to take them indoors. They can take the chance in the polytunnel. let's face it, some years half-hardy animals like half-hardy perennials like your pelargoniums and fuchsias, leave them outside, sometimes they survive the winter. Now these will take the same chance. I'm not messing about. I'll still start the seed up in spring just in case I need it. If not, I can always give the plants away. I said earlier about ruining my mango, run over it. That was from seed. At the same time, these 2 pomegranates were grown from seed. I'm going to try and keep them over winter in the polytunnel. There's quite a bit to come in actually. There's my lupins. They were started from seed, they're all potted up. They won't get planted till next year. If I was still able-bodied and had the allotment, I'd have put them in a cold frame. I don't have a cold frame, so once they lose the foliage, they'll be going under the staging for the winter. Save on staging space. They'll not need it. I've got 5 gilias to come in from the garden. That's Cape Fuchsia. The tubular, long tubular bells, flowers. And the beauty of them is they keep the green foliage all winter, so you can keep an eye on them, keep the watering right. Just short of dry. And the carnation cuttings, all rooted and potted up. I've got them named where I could see the names. If not, I made sure the cuttings I took were of flowers I could put the colour on the label. At least I'll be able to look a name up later on, because I know what I originally bought. It jogged my memory. And this one's for Mandamoo. The pastel pinks, they've all taken, rooted and potted up. I've now got to assess the best time for sending them on. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it's in spring when they start to come back to start throwing fresh buds out. I don't know. If anybody knows the answer, please let me know. The whites I'm not sure of yet. They'll definitely have to go over winter to root. Never mind, you will get them, Manda. Fuchsias, particular favourite of mine. Cuttings, they've had long enough for a good root system and produce some beautiful flowers. Obviously this one hasn't been trained into shape, but I don't care, got the flowers. And there's various ones. Unnamed, most of them. I think I've only got a name for one of them. But the others are unnamed because they were bought unnamed. Still a chance to check when you check cuttings, you don't know what they are. But I'll take a chance. Can't really see through the viewfinder here. Whoops. Plenty of fuchsias. All I'm really interested in for now is get a good root system down ready for the winter. I will fleece them. I'll give them that chance. But some fuchsias, like this one, I grow for the. I like the leaf. There's a red tinge to the edges of the leaves. The flowers really don't mean anything to me, but the foliage does. I've got a white one which I'm going to have to take from the tub out front of the bungalow, pot that one up. It's a pale green leaf with a little white flower, pure white. I'm going to have one or two of them in. Yeah, I was saying about problems with seeds this year. There's an example. Pansies. 240 seed in a packet. I got 5. What is going on? Beats me. I can't blame the heat of the sun in summer. They were so long before. But if you can start things like tomatoes up in a greenhouse with no heat, why shouldn't they come up? But I've got some violas as well, because it's now time to do my pots for the winter. And the same, I mean, a few pansies not going to look too nice, too good in a pot. But I do have me pots of ivy, which will keep the foliage through the winter. And I've got snowdrops and crocus to interplant. So I'll probably have a go at that this afternoon. I'm not sure. It's either that or pot up me fuchsias and pelargoniums that's in the garden. But I've got plenty to go at. My onions, they've been in a few weeks and I've got them pricked out. There's just a few for now. I've got me Ailsa Craig to do later on. They're Sensu yellows, Japanese onions. I've never done too bad with them. They've always done what they're supposed to do. So I'm quite happy about that. I'll probably give another couple of weeks. I might pot them up into 3-inch pots, so they've got plenty of root space to grow over the winter. And of course I'll probably keep them in over winter and plant them out in the spring. There's no hurry for them. Now it's time to get the garlic in. I sent up for these ones. This is how they send them now. They don't send them as a full bulb where you pull the cloves out. You're supposed to get 10. I forget how much they were. I wouldn't call them, well yeah, they would be deep for what you've got. I sent for 10, I got on the bottom. I think there's been a rat or a mouse in the polytunnel. But I'd really like to sow them indoors first. So when I plant them out, they've got roots, no spaces. But you see, you've seen it so many times on YouTube. Basil plate, grown tip, or the old tip. As I say, bums down. I don't bother planting them deep. Not while it's in here. I don't plant them deep, it'll go outside. There's every chance these could end up being potted up separate if they root early. But they'll stay inside till later on. They lost the bugger. This is a variety called Solent White. I've never grown it before. Come back when they're all sown, planted. Planted, labelled and watered. So until next time guys, take care. See you again.